So, Steel got a stat boost. I was pretty harsh the first time Steel came out, and I feel like I might have even been unfair, but now with this stat boost, I'm wondering, is he viable? The answer is kind of yes and no. Let's get to it.
There is a difference between you and me. We both looked into the abyss. But when it looked back at us, you blinked.
Hi guys, I'm here, and this is a decent video. In this video, I'm gonna revisit Steel. I did an in-depth guide on him already. I was super excited to have him actually in the game, and then when I actually started using him, maybe it was just me not using him correctly, but I just I didn't use him. I didn't see the potential for it. Then Naomi came about, and Naomi's kit isn't the same, but very similar. And I was like, so maybe I'm using him wrong. Maybe I need to have him in like that 2 taunter setup that I was thinking of. However, I did see someone write a comment saying that because of his stat boost now, he seems to be more of a striker than a tank, which would be weird for someone who, I think they were referring to Steel. It would be weird for someone who has taunt to be squishy and not have death immunity. But we'll get into that anyway. We'll get into that in a minute. First off, I've grown to like this skin, even though I still hate the freaking Oakley's circa 1997 goggles. I do like the skin a lot. This one, it keeps, like, I just keep getting stuck on the iron diaper thing, where it's like, in the 90s, when that came out, that was so cool, and now I look at it and I'm like, what? I feel like, for those of us who can say high school is legitimately 2 decades away, it reminds me of like looking at old high school pictures and being like, oh, geez, no. And for those of you who may be younger watching this channel, I hope that you're so blessed that you live long enough to regret what you're wearing right now. So let's go ahead and switch back over to his 90% I like skin, and go into his kit. Momentum, damage to a single enemy and gain 40% shield. Apply 15% shield to a random ally. I don't like the apply 15% shield on a random ally, and I'm kind of surprised that I took that one. I'm kind of surprised that I took that one over the other, but I'll try to recapture my thought process in the meantime. I will say this: part of what makes him a little bit difficult to use is the same thing that I said about Cyborg, and that is energy-based tune and a lot of stupidly strong mystics running around. And so using a energy-based tune, like for example Cyborg, it's not going to have as many opportunities, but you still can. More so than Steel, I would say, just because Steel gives himself a taunt. And if he taunts against a bunch of mystics, you got a problem. So yeah, anyway, hammer time. So 90s hammer time. All right, so light damage to all enemies, 80% chance to also apply buff immunity. That would be 100% chance. And now that I think about it, that ability should be rained out, because buff immunity is one of the most infuriating buffs or debuffs in the game, especially if you're trying to run like a Lex team or something like that where you need the buff. If you, like, for example, Punchline is remarkably obnoxious because of her apply buff immunity to all. Star Sapphire, that's another thing she has on her AoE attack. So is this a buff immunity that applies to all? And how many turns does it last? I need to check to see when we go to the videos. I need to keep an eye on that. 75% chance to apply 3 crit chance ups to all allies. So I do like the crit chance ups to all allies too. Was I really? Okay. Heavy damage and apply stun to a single enemy. We like to see that one. I did like that ability. Also gain crit chance immunity and apply it to a random ally. So he gains crit chance immunity or critical immunity. And he also applies it to one random. I wish it was to the whole team. He applies it to one ally. Okay, I like that. I do like that. And this would be 100% chance if I had it ringed out, and I'm legit thinking on maybe I should ring that out. Passive ability. At the this out of the way. At the end of the enemy's turn, if that enemy is stunned, 76% chance to apply taunt and buff immunity on them. That's really good. Running with stun teams. If Steel is attacked while he has no shields, counter using momentum, which would be that A1 attack that gives himself 40% shield and an ally 15% shield. Hope. And actually with this one, it is 76% chance to apply taunt and buff immunity. And if I bring that out, it'd be 100% chance. I'm thinking on it. I may want to use him more, especially given what happened in a lot of those videos. At the end of his turn, gain taunt. That is his. That is his A5P2. And then also legendary point, 50% chance to apply to stun a random enemy at the beginning of the battle. I didn't get that one, I guess, because it's a 50% chance and it's only one stun at the beginning of battle, so it's kind of gated and not so like it's only one stun. If it was at the end of every one of his turns or something, cool, but and even then it'd be kind of like meh. But yeah. So that's his kit, and the thing I'm liking a lot is this. The apply taunt and buff immunity if an enemy is stunned. I kind of like that. And then also the gain crit immunity and give one to random ally, which it was to all. But then also this, apply buff immunity to all enemies. I wish that was 2 turns. If it is 2 turns, I may bring that out immediately. So in any case, that is his kit. Now, oh, actually, because I did not have time to record Chapter 8, let's go ahead and get into it. We're in the middle of raids right now. Chapter 8, Final Node, Heroic Campaign. Let's go ahead and get, I was using this in PvP. Well, it's easy to rebuild this team. That's my raid team for this week, or this raid. Why am I having a huge brain fart? Okay, cool. So now Steel. If Steel's that, should I take him RB1? I got enough frags. And I have enough RB crystals. But am I going to use him that much? Well, we'll see. Anyway, let's just get to it. He should be fine. He should be totally fine on this. He gives himself shields on his A1. He also gives himself crit damage immunity, all that jazz. So him doing this chapter, I do like that. I do like that animation. Very aggressive. I'm a fan. Yep, he doesn't have shields, so he's going to whack you in the face with the Hummel. So yeah, he gives himself shields. He gives himself crit immunity. So he does make himself like kind of hard to kill. There's that crit there. The A1, he gave, well, I can't really count on that buff immunity right there because I need to see how long it's going to last. I hope it lasts 2 turns. Let me go ahead and put this at 3x since he's already done his things. I love that. I love the way that looks. It's just like, I'm going to hit you so hard it knocks you out. So let's go for the A2 now. Is it coming around anytime soon? End of every one of his turns, he gains taunt. I do like that too. I do like that as opposed to it being an active ability. I just wish it would have happened. Okay, so there's one buff immunity out there. Necron goes. Okay, the buff immunity only lasts for 1 turn. Yeah. I do like that there's not necessarily an active ability. I used to be like, okay, I'm annoyed because I can't call stun if I want, or call taunt if I want to. However, if he's doing it literally at the end of every one of his turns and he's keeping taunt on him, then I kind of prefer it that way as opposed to it being an active ability that's just taking up a slot for an ability that I want to use, right? So maybe it's better set up this way. I could still run him with the turn 0 taunt, or he keeps taunt on himself. And then here's the other plus side too. And let me go ahead and get to the videos and I'll be right back. Kind of forgot to do the recording at the very beginning. So here's the team setup. You have Cheetah giving us speed. You have Steel there to be our taunter basically. And for me to test, because right now I just want to see what he actually does against PvP team. This is a tomato can ass team. Supergirl at lead. Come on. Reverse Flash, Siren, and Zatanna. You have Hippolyta there to give us strength ups, help make him stronger, and call assist. And then you have a question there for more call assist, since his A1 does give out shields and does give an ally, which it was all allies, but it gives an ally shield. Him using his A1 as much as possible is nice. So let's just go ahead and get right into it. Boop. Okay, so we leave that there. So first attack Supergirl, because of course we want her out of there as soon as possible. And then hopefully call assist. Boom. That's one of those. Boom. Another one. He's already up to. It looks like it's more than 90% shield, but who can say? Love to see it. I'm wondering though, like, is he doing decent? I think he's doing decent damage, right? He's doing decent damage, and he's taking a few shots. Then again, it is from Cheetah and Zatanna, so I'm not really like counting too much on that. You guys heard that noise? You guys heard that noise? Let me put that on mute. All right. So next lineup, you have Tara there to add to the physical defense of Steel. Turn meter manipulation from Black Canary. And Riddler's there to lay out agility downs and maybe a stun or two. He lays on agility down so that it helps weaken the enemy team. So let's go ahead and get to it. And he does benefit from stun as well. He'll give taunt and buff immunity to an ally. And both Riddler, and I didn't do this intentionally, both Riddler and Black Canary stun. So A3 and A2 respectively. So let's see what happens with that. Boom, he's not going to stun there though. Okay, and this is the disadvantage. I mean, if they were more powerful tunes, this is the disadvantage of Steel as a taunter. Because you would want him to be a turn 0 taunter and take those hits. Boom, hit him in the face. But, I mean, I think he would be a good secondary taunter. Like, I'll run Riddler or I'll run Barda with Penguin. I could run Barda easily with Steel and just have a 2 taunter setup. He seems to be doing okay damage, right? Well, in any case, I'm going to go to his stats. I'll be right back. So, he is relatively slow. And to top off on all of that, I think his HP may not even be that great just because maybe that guy was right. Maybe he was changed to a striker, or at least they gave the kit of a striker as opposed to the kit of a tanky tune. So he's at like 31,000 HP. That puts him down there around it. I mean, 1,000 ain't gonna make that big of a difference, but Kilowog is squishy as hell. Supergirl is squishy as hell. Do I have that math right? So with his HP, it's going to be 30. Oh my goodness. 31,000. So that is going to be his HP, right around Supergirl, Kilowog, Two-Face, like, and they're squishy tunes. They're relative, especially Kilowog for me. I think this is because his agility sound, but they are squishy tunes. So he's not exactly fast. He's not exactly thick. So what is he then? Like, what does he have to offer? I mean, he seemed to be doing solid damage. I'm not like hating him for it. He seemed to be getting things done, but yo, and then what's his strength? His strength is set at 16, 24, 100, 2500-ish. And so his strength is relatively up there, around about the same area as Lady Shiva or Punchline. So nothing crazy. It's okay. Honestly, with his kit, and then the crit chance and the crit value are 47 and 156 respectively. So like, I'm not hating on him. I seem to like him, but the stats don't read well. His kit reads okay, reads nice. I like it, but his stats don't read well. And then on top of it, it's a Mystic meta right now. So it's kind of hard to bring an energy tune that taunts. However, on top of that, since Atrocitus has been introduced, we're getting a lot more variety within teams. Like, granted, it's the same teams, but we're not just getting Mystic heavy teams right now that are wipe us out. So, I mean, there's a plus where you might be able to use them a little bit more as the meta shifts over towards more physical tunes or whatever. Anyway, so let's go ahead and get into the last video. So here we have Darkseid. Darkseid is there to ensure that they go more than once on the A1. Ben Sewer, he goes more than once on his A1. He's going to stun somebody. Steel goes more than once on his A1. He's going to get shields and give somebody else shield. And then Punchline is, well, you know, Punchline. So let's go ahead and get into the video. And as we get into that, I drop these videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So please like, please subscribe. If you don't like it, subscribe, and a dislike. I'm okay with that as well. Also hit that notification bell, boom, whenever you do subscribe. Wow, is this gonna go? No? Oh, might go if I press play. Can you guys tell I'm tired? I am burned out. I'm exhausted. Let me get a coffee, bro. Oh, I'm so tired. So anyway, Ben Sword is clearly there for Taunter support. He's going to give the heal over to Steel. And right now we're kind of slow playing this, where it's going to be like the possibility of disease and things coming out. But I really want to spam the A1 from both Abensur and from Steel. Because Abensur will stun people, most cases. And then Steel will be able to give himself shields and hurt everybody else while doing so. So, go ahead, do it. Do it. A day or two. Yo. So, I think that I like him. I like him a lot. I want to use him. I will not use him nearly as much as my mystics and my physicals, but I will use him because I do like him and I think he's useful. But, and his rework did help. I mean, put it like this. I was trying him on a bunch of different teams, and he was actually surviving and making it through. So maybe the rework, or not the rework, maybe the stat boost is better than people are giving it credit for. I'm going to play around with him a little bit more, and we'll just have to see. So, thank you guys for watching all the way through. See you next time.